What's up? Welcome to week 10 of the cut. As you can see in the title, this is how you get back to where you were before you binged, which is exactly what I did this weekend. I ate over 4,000 calories on Saturday and over 5,000 calories on Sunday. I'm trying to test my limits for that 10,000 calorie challenge I'll do in the future. But that's not good. It's during a cut too, so it really messed me up. Here's the weigh-in from after. Welcome to the week 10 first weigh-in. Let's see the damage after the binge. 150.4. Wow, that is just bad. 150.4 is pretty bad. 6.8 pounds up from the last weigh-in where I weighed 143.6. Not very proud of that, but I'm going to show you exactly how I am going to reverse the damage I did during my binge. But first we can look at the physique check-in where I'm 6.8 pounds heavier. I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely tell I'm holding on to a little bit of extra water because 6.8 pounds definitely makes a visual difference. Last week I was barely holding on to like any extra water, and now this week I'm holding on to a bunch more. 6 pounds at least of what I gained is realistically water. I really was mostly just eating carbs during my binge because I did want to see how far I could push my weight up water-wise so then I could make this video. But at the same time, I was just trying to have a lot of fun with eating too because I knew I was going to do this, so I may as well have fun with it. But realistically though, only like a pound max came from like actual fat gain. Most of it's just water, which is good because that means I only need like half the week to reverse what I did damage-wise. Otherwise, I probably would have never done this because it would have just been such a bad decision. It still was a bad decision, I won't lie. If you watch my video of me eating all those Easter bunnies, that was just part of what I ate on Sunday. I really just could not stop eating that entire day. It was fun, but there are consequences to your actions, especially when you're binge eating, because it does not just disappear in a day, but you also shouldn't just give up on your cut either. You got to find a good middle ground. That middle ground just being getting right back to your deficit and pretending like it didn't happen, which is what I'm doing. And I'll do another physique check-in at the end of the video after I lost all the water weight and the fat from the binge. My plan is for how I'm going to bounce back from this binge is eating 16 to 1700 calories on my active days and 15 to 16 on my rest days, which is just once a week. I usually do 3 miles an hour at a 10% incline on the treadmill for 20 minutes, but I'm going to up it to 3.2 miles an hour at a 12% incline for the next few weeks because I'm going to lock in for these next few weeks, and I'm going to try to make as much progress as I can until I start my lean bulk, which won't be that far from now, only 3 weeks left, so I have to make the most of it. But let's just get into it. Welcome to the day 2 weigh-in. I've officially been a full day back into the cut, so let's see how much weight I've lost. 147.1. That's 3.3 pounds less than I did yesterday. It should only take me a few days to reset back to 143, and then I'll be able to actually start losing fat again, because all this weight is water weight I'm losing, which kind of sucks. But that's part of getting back to where you were before you binged. You have to lose that water weight first. Today was a rest day and my total calories were 1,560. The biggest challenge was not going back to the kitchen looking for more food because I couldn't eat it. It's only 6:30 and I'm done eating for the day. It's really sad. I really wish I could go eat at least 300 more calories, but I can't. And normally, even when I would be on my regular cut, I also wouldn't be eating 1,800 plus calories on my rest days because I don't really move a lot. I pretty much just sit down and do schoolwork and whatnot. Because if I'm not going to the gym, I'm not really working out or even walking really. I think my regular total steps is 3,500 on my rest days. It's pretty bad. I really need to have a treadmill or something because I don't have the motivation to go to the gym and just do cardio. So I pretty much just have to hope that I don't eat too much. Otherwise, it's not even really a deficit. Welcome to the day 3 weigh-in. Let's see how much more weight I lost. 146.4. That's only 0.7 down from yesterday. That is not where I thought I'd be. I thought I'd be a good pound and a half down. I guess this might take me a little longer than I thought. And that's okay. Benching does come with its sacrifices, and that being your progress gets pretty messed up. But you just gotta hop back on that horse and then just keep going, because what else are you gonna do? Give up? Start bulking? That's not a good idea. I'm especially not at a point where bulking is quite what I should be doing, but I'm gonna do it anyways sooner than later. But yeah, this is hopefully within the next few days I drop back down to 143. The final calories for today of day 3 of locking back in on this cut were 1,575. I managed to keep it pretty low because I focused on eating protein, which is a bit more satiating than the other macronutrients. On day 1, which I forgot to mention, my final calories were 1,640, which is also pretty good. I've been keeping in my range. I feel all right. I mean, my energy at the gym is how you can expect. Not the best, but overall, everything is going pretty good. I'm just hoping that I wake up slightly lighter tomorrow, because if I start pausing here and not really having my weight go down, I'm a little concerned about how much fat I really gained during that Binge weekend. Welcome to the day 4 weigh-in. 144.6. That's a 1.8 pound drop. I'm finally moving down, and like really moving down. Should only be another couple days until I get in that 143 range again. The final calories of day 4 of locking back in after my Binge were 1,685, which is exactly in my 16 to 1,700 calorie range for my active days. Today was a pull day, felt pretty good. I actually do believe I progressed on a few movements, which is pretty awesome. Overall, pretty good day. Ate a lot of protein, so that's pretty cool. You know, feel decently more full than usual. It's still really hungry, but that's just part of cutting. You know, you get used to it. Welcome to the day 5 weigh-in. 143 flat. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a little bit lighter than I was before I left for this Binge, so that means I'm done. No, I'm kidding. I'm just keep cutting for the rest of the few weeks, and then I get to lean bulk. We did it. We bounced back. I'm actually lower than I was before the Binge eating happened. I weighed in at 143.6 the day before the weekend of just consuming every calorie I can. And yeah, I'm actually lower than that now. I'm 0.6 lower, which is pretty cool. But let's see if it made any impact on my physique. For some reason, the lighting in the first physique check-in was so much more aggressive than this, but you can see a bit more detail than usual. But that is due to the lighting more than actually losing 7.4 pounds. I feel like you can tell in my face that I look a little bit less watery, but overall, the physique is pretty much the same thing. The love handles don't look any different because I don't really think I store water in my love handles. Usually, glycogen is stored in your muscles, but I can't really tell because my whole like physique check-in and lighting, it always like looks a little bit different every time, which does not help, which makes it hard to tell if there's actually any difference within my physique, especially because a few pounds does not make that big of a visual difference, and even 10 doesn't make that big of a visual difference. I do believe like 10 pounds of muscle would look a bit more substantial than 10 pounds of fat loss, but specifically in my situation, I went from like 22% body fat to like 18 to 19% body fat, and that's just not going to make a big difference on most people's physique unless you're like Brian Shaw or something, you know, just huge strong man losing like 3% of his body fat, and that might make a bigger impact on him because there's so much muscle underneath, where for me there's not a lot of muscle underneath, so my shape generally stays kind of the same. But maybe after this lean bulk, my cut will actually like do something substantial for my physique because I'll be uncovering like a decent amount of muscle, I hope. But yeah, general takeaways of this whole experience of trying to bounce back after consuming way more calories than I need in a day. Well, first, you know, how to do it. You just get right back into doing your cardio and also doing a proper deficit. You know, you gotta eat less if you want to lose weight. And that's exactly what I did. If you can mentally get through it, then that's how you are going to actually bounce back and not just give up, which is very important. I mean, I probably am going to end this cut looking a little chunky still. There's no way I'm going to look lean, and that's fine. I'll just be getting fat while being fat already. So the lean bulk, you know, I won't look lean at the beginning, and that's okay. You know, I'll commit to a real cut, like an actual cut, where I get down to like, you know, 10 to 12% body fat when I'm actually big enough where I look cool at that percent of body fat. Because right now, if I cut down, I just look skinny. And being skinny, you know, it's better than being fat, but what's the point? You know, I won't be showing my physique off either way, so I may as well just like get into a muscle building phase rather than stay in this phase of cutting and then get into a muscle building phase when I'm not obese, because I'm not obese. So all is good, you know? But that's it. You just have to do your cardio and eat in a deficit, and you will get back to where you were before you binged. It's not that hard. It's not too complicated, you know? It's pretty simple. The simple option is usually the correct one. And in this case, that holds true. So, you got to stick to it after you binge, and you will be back to where you were before. Just got to commit. And that's exactly what I'm doing for, the next 2 weeks and 2 days, which it won't be super fun, but if I can get like right under 140, that would be pretty awesome. Because I know as soon as I start that lean bulk, my weight's gonna bounce up like 3 to 5 pounds due to glycogen and whatnot, and that's okay. But it'll make it so I'm gonna be a bit above 140 after the lean bulk starts, and then my weight will gradually climb up. Generally, I'm happy with how this went. I feel like I learned a bit about it because I had no clue how this was going to go. I did not think I was going to actually weigh less today than I did before I ever did this. And I'm glad about that because that means I'm back to making progress, which is good because I need to stop like doing my binge eating. Because there's been 3 times during this cut that I've like stopped cutting. First one was I went on vacation for like a week. I just ate horribly. I mean, I ate a lot of food. It was good. It tasted good, but, I was in a huge surplus every day for 7 days, and that does not do good with trying to lose weight at all. Then after that, I had the carb refeed with my friend, which I was only in a small surplus that day. That video wasn't even that informative because I, didn't even gain weight. I pretty much just said, hey, I ate more food, but I woke up lighter, so I'm just gonna keep cutting. Like, that didn't really matter. Where this, I actually gained quite a bit of weight. So I thought it would be more substantial, something bigger to talk about, because there was no bouncing back after my carb refeed. It was just getting back to how it was. And then now, number 3, the whole weekend of just, eating the Easter bunnies, going out to eat, just really eating anything that I can eat, because I was just downing like dessert any chance I got, because I have a pretty big sweet tooth. That was the reason why I got fat in the past and why I'm gonna get fat again in the future probably, is I love sugar. I mean, who doesn't, Grown-on man talking about how he loves sugar. Oof. It's rough out here. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I'll hopefully see you in my next upload. Goodbye.